Here's the tea. I'm gonna share this vacation story, but no judgment. I filmed this before I was my good old Christian self. It's gonna get hot and heavy. Grab your drink, relax, sit back, and let's go. I was like, here we have it. That's what I'm talking about. Show the goods. It's real social media. Friends with him on the social media, right? But his real social media, okay? No, my third Jamaican boyfriend. Yeah. That gets old. Just looking for a man of substance. All right, let's talk about these hotels. Okay. I'll start here. Give the disclaimers. And just because I'm talking about Jamaican men, I want to make it clear that men all over the world are just the same. And women too. Hello. Let me not even put it out there like women are not like this as well, to make that abundantly clear that it goes universally throughout the world. Now let's get into it. You know, Jamaican men from Jamaica. Y'all know I've been a million times. Initially, I guess I kept going back because I had a couple little boyfriends over there. But let me tell you about the boyfriend thing over there. Because some of you ladies be falling in love. And I was one in the beginning. When I first started going over there, sometimes you'll meet somebody of great character and you can be together forever. But the majority of the time, it's a financial thing. And I'm finna let you know flat out. And the things that they say to you so deep, like, I love you. And you can't just tell me you love me and think that it's gonna work, okay? So I had a little experiment this last time. It's this one guy, I've been talking to him, let's see, it was like maybe 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago is when me and him, you know, had our little encounter. And it was a vacation sweetheart, I'll say that. You know, I had no intentions on bringing him home, sending for him, none of that, okay? I don't think that a relationship where you have to send for somebody and you have to sign your life and say that you're responsible for that person, I think that's unreasonable. And I don't think that no woman from the States should be doing it, okay? It's too risky. Because 9 times out of 10, they sending that money home to their girl, their real girl. But you just provide a lifestyle, or you provide a means to the U.S. for the person, because lots of times these men leave the woman. Or if they don't leave them, then they'll just use them, you know? So anyway, let me back up and tell you the story. I don't even know where to start. Okay. Let me start with this last one that happened to me. This is how we met. We were, of course, at the Jerk Shack because why not? In Jamaica. I love Jamaican food. And so me and my cousins was at the Jerk Shack, and we like, okay, we looking around this resort. Where are all the men? So that's how it started. I was like, where are the men at? Where the men? And my cousin's like, I know, like, where do we go local to, you know, find some friends? And he was like, what am I? Am I not a man? I was like, you are a man. Anyway, so that's how we met. That night, he got a couple of friends. I told him, you know, I'm here with my 2 cousins. So he got a couple of friends, and he's like, let's go out tonight. And as mentioned on my vlogs, if you're going to be familiar and meet some men, let them be someone that can be accountable for you. And, you know, the men on the resort, they have to somewhat be accountable for you because they can lose their job. And 9 times out of 10, they don't want to lose their job. So anyway, so he got a couple of his friends And we all went out to the club that night. Now, let me also say this. This is what I call a past life. Because sis don't get down like that no more. I am a very Christian woman. I don't do the things that I used to do. But I was a kid. I was growing up. I was living my life. I was sowing my royal oats, so to speak. Okay? So don't judge me. I'm not like that now. That was a past life. Okay? Okay? Got it? Okay. So anyway, yeah, so we went out that night and it was 6 of us. We had a good time. One of the guys had a car, so we all rode together. Had a good time, sat on the beach, drink. But I will tell you this though, they wanted us to buy their drinks. Yeah, because I've been to Jamaica so many times, I know that we make way more money than they make, right? I didn't really have a problem with it. This is like at that time, he was my my third Jamaican boyfriend. Yeah, my third. So anyway, so I kind of knew how it went, like I didn't mind buying his drink, so I bought his drinks. But my cousins was like, I don't buy no drink. What? Yeah. So they wasn't with it. They was like, but what happened? The dudes just went to the bar. Now pay attention to this too. The boys went to the bar, ordered their drink, and said they gonna pay. And my cousin was like, they didn't even know it. So they went to the bar and ordered them something. And when the bartender added up the total, they was like, wait, hold up. And he was like, yeah, he said you're paying. And then my cousin came to me and was like, said I was like, yeah, they don't make as much as us. But he got his nerves to go to the bar and just order it and think you just gonna pay for it. Like, that's crazy. So anyway, that was some smoke. We dealt with it. We handled it. I think they did just end up paying her. I'm not sure exactly how it went. I ordered my dude a drink or whatever. My friend at the time. We went down to, I think we were at Margaritaville, I can't remember. But we went and hung out by the water. We was talking, getting to know each other, just having a good time. I do want to say is beware of if you go somewhere with a Jamaican man, them ordering something and thinking you're going to pay for it. Pay attention. I'm a little red because I've been exercising. But let me go ahead and get back to it. So that second night, he and I went out. We were like kind of building a rapport. We started like feeling each other. And I will tell you this. I was his first American girl that he ever messed around with. That makes a difference, guys. That makes a difference. So he was like really falling, like authentically. They pretend to fall for you when they're seasoned, but they're not. Pay attention to the conversation, how they talk to you, how they look at you. You'll know if it's real or if it's not real. We went out that second night. It was so nice. We just went outside. I kind of knew I can trust him at that point. It's all in the eyes. I can tell how he was looking at me. He was like really interested in me. And I'm on vacation. When in Rome, when in Jamaica, okay? So anyway, so we just went right outside the resort, and it was like a gas station there, and he bought me some snacks or whatever. And I know that for a Jamaican man to spend his money on you, it's real, okay? It's real when they spend their money on you. So he was spending, he bought me something. We were just, I think some chips and a drink or something like that. I think I had plantain chips or something like that. In a Jamaican cola. So I was just sitting out there talking to him. We talked for hours, people. Hours. I was getting ate up by the mosquitoes. I think we were out there for 4 or 5 hours just talking, just getting to know each other, sharing our life stories and just vibing, So this felt very genuine and very real. And I believe at that time it definitely was something real. Although I wasn't really looking for anything real, it was definitely real. So that was that night. the very next night, was it the next night? Was it the next night or the night after that? He and I decided to go out on our own again. This time we decided that we wanted to make things intimate. We wanted to get us a room and do what we got to do what we wanted to do, right? Even though we had planned this, right? And then I told him, look, I can't do it. If you're dependent on me to get the room, like I can't swing this. And he was like, no, you don't have to get the room. He was like, I just want to spend some time with you. I was like, okay. So we did go to the hotel. And hotel. We went to the hotel. We caught a taxi there, a Jamaican taxi, which that was an awesome experience. Their taxis is more than one person. It could be a car full of people, and they take you to their destination. It's like shared rides. So yeah, we went to the hotel. We got our room. He got our room and everything, and we, end up spending the night together and, getting very acquainted, let's say. So next morning we woke up. He took me back to the hotel, and then he went home because it was his day off. Me and my cousins did some things that day. We did excursions, whatever. But him and I were in contact the whole day, like chatting back and forth, little love signal signs, all that, right? That's how we met. Now let me speed you all the way back up to a couple of years ago. Okay. We stopped talking. We chatted for maybe like 3-4 years back and forth. When you coming to Jamaica? When you coming to Jamaica? And I was kind of scared of him because I was like, I can't be falling in love with a Jamaican man, but I was kind of falling in love with a Jamaican man. And at that time, he was in love with me too. But over the years, he got well seasoned, okay? I wasn't his only American girl. He had several American relationships. He ended up going to the States, in New York, as a matter of fact, with the black girl. So he came to the States, and they were supposed to have been getting married, all of that stuff, right? He went back to Jamaica. I kind of wanted to know what happened. I was like, I thought you was getting married. What are you doing in Jamaica? He told me the story about her, said she crazy or whatever. Yeah, he thought she was crazy because we don't hold our tongues in America. If you do something to us, we gonna talk to you crazy back. And I guess in Jamaica they don't do that. So I'm thinking that had something to do with it. And I know because me and him got into it. But let's move forward. So then the next time that I went to Jamaica, by then we had been chatting. He had been calling me, talking about, he was like, I'm not a young man. I'm getting older. I really want to get married. And me and you been, chatting for, at that time, it was like 8 years, 7-8 years. He was like, let's get married. So I kind of knew that it's a possibility he's full of crap, but I called his bluff. So I made plans to come to Jamaica. It was his birthday, and at that time I was blogging. And just to let you know, it's the time when I stayed at Rock House. He was all in that vlog, but I cropped him out because things went left. Because I called his bluff. I went to his house. He wanted me to stay at his house the whole time. He was like, you'll be comfortable here. You'll be more than comfortable here. Surprise, surprise, I was not comfortable there. So yeah, me and him had a couple of week thing when I was in Jamaica one time. I really liked him. Like, it was really cool when we first met. It was like spontaneous. Everything was all good, okay? So yeah, we talked for maybe a year after that, and then I was just like, this dude, I think he asked me to send him something. I had like a couple of boyfriends in Jamaica, after that, and both of them was like begging me to come to the US. And I was like, no, like, if you happen to make it to here, then, you know, we can hook up when you get here, but I'm not gonna do it. But to know as much as I know about it lets you know that I looked into it. And so that was my first Jamaican relationship. Like, I really thought I was in love and all of this stuff. I fell for it. And when I tell you that they know how to be so sincere,
they can manifest and manufacture emotions within you. They can get anything they want.
But just know that you're not the only one, okay? Now that guy ended up moving to Canada with a white girl. So I looked into it, and then I found out that I would have to be responsible for this man. I was like, and plus pay all this money to get him there, okay? It's like a no. So me and this guy was talking, and then all of a sudden, you know, I thought we were like, you know, exclusive. That's what he was telling me. And I wasn't really, did I have somebody else then? I don't think so. I think I was just living my life, just, you know, just living my life. So we were together, and then all of a sudden he was like, posted something that said he's getting married. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? You're getting what? And I called him and I was like, what's good? He was like, she want to pay for my living. She want to bring me to the States. And like, I love you, but it's an opportunity for me. I love you, but it's an opportunity for me. So I was like, oh, my feelings was hurt. I was like, okay, you learn, you live and you learn, right? Let's go forward. I want to say 3 or 4. Yeah, we have been talking like 2 years, just on the phone and stuff. And like, I seen him twice. I came back to Jamaica 2 times and I was with him. Okay, so I want to say, I don't know. I can't remember exactly how much time went by. I didn't want to keep touch with him. He came to the U.S., but he was there on a travel pass or something like that. The girl paid for it, all of that. And the girl was in New York. So he was in New York, and I guess they were going to get married. I don't know what happened. But he ended up going back to Jamaica. And I guess it didn't work out. So, and I know why it didn't work out. Old girl was like, she from New York too. She was like, it ain't nothing fly about paying for a nigga. It ain't nothing fly about paying for a dude. It's not, okay? So he ended up going back to Jamaica, and then I went to Jamaica, and by this time it was like 7 or 8 years later. 5 years later from the last time we talked. So I ended up running into him, and so he was just like, oh my God, I love you so much. I've been trying to contact you, blah, blah, blah. And he had been sending me messages, but I just ignored him, you know? So anyway, we started talking again, and we had a good visit. So this dude swore like we hadn't seen each other, and when he seen me, tell him he loved me. How could you? How could you? So anyway, we had a good visit, blah, blah, blah. We kept in touch. Honey, they'll call you now. They will call you. And they will call you and the other ones. Honey, I seen it firsthand. I seen it firsthand. And let me tell you, this last visit, not the last visit, but the visit before that, is I called his bluff. I called his bluff. I was just like, you know, I wasn't quite telling him I love him and all that stuff, but he was just like, you know, we've been knowing each other for 7 to 8 years now. It's like, I'm not a young man anymore. Like, it's time to get married and settle down. He was saying all of this, girl. And he was like, I love you and I want to be with you. I got letters, all kind of stuff, but girl, put it like this. By then, I was so hip to guys' game. It was just like, are you kidding me? So basically, I was going to Jamaica anyway. I was doing a solo trip to Jamaica. So I called his bluff and was just like, you know, yeah, come up there. We can get married, blah, 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 blah. I just wanted to see what was going to happen, how it was going to work out. But I wasn't in love. Like, I wasn't. So anyway, I came down there, right? And I was gonna stay with him. He wanted me to stay with him the whole time, but baby, I was like, no, I'm gonna go where I had planned to go, which was the Rock House. So it was that visit when I went to the Rock House, okay? So I was like, no, I'll just stay at your house one day and then me and you could go to the Rock House, right? So I stayed at his house. And we do not live the same people. We do not. It's different. And I'm not gonna say what I want to say and how I want to say it out of respect, because we just have different lifestyles. But I will say that when those bugs start coming out, I started going bananas. Bugs this big, and I couldn't sleep there. I didn't belong there. That was number one. I was like, Tina, what are you doing here? You know? So I couldn't sleep, and I was gonna reach over and get my phone. This big bug was on my bag, and my bag was open. I was like, Jesus. So I just said, make it through the night, make it through the night. Because that next day we were leaving. So I made it through the night. But it was a rough night, guys. It was a rough night. So anyway, I went to the store, right? Let me back up. When I first got there, he had went to the store. He was gone like damn near an hour. I was like, this motherfucker left me in his house. I don't know who live around here. I ain't never doing this shit again. Like, what the fuck is this, okay? And they like to leave you in their house and disappear, okay? Because I was talking to these other girls too. These other girls, okay? We comparing notes, baby. And the same thing happened to them. And one guy, the girl was like, me and her was talking. She was like, did you hear me tell this dude? She was like, he trying to lock me up in his house. Like, I didn't come to Jamaica to stay in this house. I came to, you know, enjoy myself. But it's a jealousy thing. They don't want no other Jamaican man to try and talk to you. So they'll try and brand you with monkey bites and all that stuff. I don't play that, but they will try, okay? So that's another thing. When you get a Jamaican boyfriend, they gonna try to brand you right away. And that's to let any other Jamaican man know, no, this is mine. This is my pay. This is my trick. Basically, we call it a trick. I don't know what they call it over there, but basically they trying to say, this is my trick, don't even try it, okay? So anyway, yeah, dude was gone for a long time, but I need to back all the way up. Now, I told him, since I'm staying at your house, because I'm a decent and order person, since I'm staying at your house, let's stop by the store and get some things, you know, because I'm never going to stay at anyone's house and empty-handed. That's just who I am. So we stopped. I knew I wanted to get some liquor and stuff, so we got liquor. I was going to be there a long time, so I was like, we'll drink it up, whatever. We got liquor, but he took his starter. You should have seen how he was throwing stuff in the basket. Him and his daughter. You should have seen his daughter. They were like going on a shopping spree on me. Yeah. I just sat back and looked. And a few things I didn't mind his daughter throwing in there. And he was getting like food to cook, but he was overdoing it. He was getting the biggest bag of rice he can find. Instead of getting chicken parts, he got like 2 whole chickens. I told him to put one of the mugs back. He got like the biggest thing, they didn't have the big ones. He got like 5-6 things of being, like he was trying to fill his refrigerator up, period. And you know what? I'm the type that know Jamaicans have it a little bit harder than we do, and I have a good heart. So if he had come to me respectfully and was like, you know, I've been low on food, can I get a few things? I wouldn't have minded. But all this time, because I'm the type of person, I'm just going to sit back and look at you and see what's really going on. I'm going to let you hang yourself. You feel me? That's me. So yeah, I was just watching, just like, and so I stopped putting stuff in there to see just what was gonna happen. They was putting so much stuff in there, girl. Now, you know our money is way more money than their money, okay? By the time they finished, that basket was $150 US money. US money. At the time, I was doing really good in life, so I was just like, no problem. You know, at least homeboy gonna eat, and you know, he got a daughter. So, I mean, it was like 20 bags of chips in that thing. The little chips that they have in the store. And I know they're like 25 cents each or something like that. But anyway, okay, girl. I should have recorded how much that little girl was throwing stuff in that basket. She thought it was Christmas. So apparently, he told her, get everything you want. And I was just looking at both of them like, this is crazy. That was sign number one. I was like, this nigga ain't about shit. I knew he wasn't. And that's why, no, I was not going to agree to stay with him. I knew I was going to get myself safe where I know I wanted to stay, because I've done tons of solo trips. So I know where I want to stay and how to stay and all of that. So I had my room booked, okay? So I picked him up. He said he was trying to get a car. And I was like, okay, you got all the money you need? And I think he was kind of hinting at like he wanted me to help him. I was like, hell to the no, to the hell to the no, no, no. Okay? Straight up, hell no. That ain't the kind of thing that I'ma help you with, okay? So anyway, made it through the night. Okay. Then we were on our way to Rock House, which I stayed in, was it Ochi? No, Montego Bay. He stayed in Montego Bay. And Rock House is in the grill, so it's a long drive. So I had got my own rent-a-car. Smart. Don't depend on nobody. I got my own rent-a-car, and that morning we got up, and I was like, I want to stop at KFC. Okay, I didn't know this was. It had been a long time. Excuse me, since I've been to Jamaica KFC. So I wanted to see if they had something new. This nigga goes right to the window. I was like, I want to see the menu. He got an attitude. I was like, it ain't even like that, bruh. Turn this car around. It's my fucking car. Turn this car around and let's go to the window and see. He got an attitude. I didn't care. So anyway, we ordered the food and we started our drive. I felt in the car, I don't have anything in common with this guy. So we didn't really talk. Like, we talked a little bit, but when a guy is into you and he's trying to marry you, there's dialogue, baby. There's dialogue. So like I said, I was calling his bluff. I was calling his bluff this time. So that was sign number two. Like, you ain't talking about shit, bro. Nothing. Okay, so we get there. Cool. I check in. We have to wait for the room. It wasn't quite ready. So we go chill. So the whole time, like, he just left calling left and right, person to person to person. I'm at Rock House, just bragging, okay?
Be bragging about it to their friends. She got me the new PlayStation 5. She got me these new shoes. She got me all this shit. Wow, they can't even brag about what they're doing for you. Don't be a yam.
That's another thing that they do. They compare, like, where's she coming? Not I guess, I know for sure. She coming, where y'all staying at? So they like try to outdo each other on whose chick is gonna do the most. Yeah. So he ended up seeing one of his friends. Fine Jamaican man. I looked at his friend, was like, and his friend was looking at me. I'm still friends with this friend to this day. Okay, just friends. Cause he tried me too, but anyway. So I'll move forward to that, but yeah. So we get there and you know, we check in and stuff. The boy just can't stay off his phone. He just on his phone. And I said, are you gonna get your ass off the phone? Like, you can't do me like that. Like, anyway, so chemistry was just not there. It just wasn't there. And he thought I was dumb and couldn't feel it. Dude, you stupid. Cause it ain't nothing about me dumb. I saw you before you came. I decided to call your bluff. This is my vacation, whether you involved or not. Please believe it. I did not come to Jamaica for you. Okay? So I'm a generous person. I'm nice, but I'm not a damn fool. So, but he was playing me like I was a damn fool. And I was looking at him and eventually had to call him out on it. And yeah, we'll get to that. So, I miraculously came up with all the money to get his car, and he wanted me to, now we're in the grill, right? Where he got his car was in Kingston, and he wanted me to go with him to Kingston. I was like a hell to the hell no, okay? I already wasn't feeling secure with this man, so no, I'm not gonna drive this far away from my reservation with you. I'm just not. He was supposed to go get the car, come back, and then we'll kick it in the evening. That was the plan, right? Girl, while he was gone, it was around, he left at 4 that morning, okay? Before even daylight. 4 that morning, he was supposed to have been back on his way back around 12. Okay. You can kind of hear he was supposed to have picked up his best friend and he was up there, but it was a girl. He said his best friend was a guy, but he ended up going to pick up a girl. Okay. I didn't find this out till later, but I suspected it all. 12 noon, he called me and asked, and he said that it took longer and he ran out of gas and he needs gas money. By then, I was already hip to it. I was like, I'm not giving you, because I had gave him like $20 or something for gas, okay? Which in my mind was a part of his birthday gift. So I gave it to him, and I'm thinking, because it's a full tank, if you can't get there and back on that, then oh well. So he called me talking about the gas is out, and sad story. So I was just like, I can't help you. I had to pop in real quick because, girl, they went to dinner, okay? I end up seeing pictures of him at dinner, and then he gonna ask me for more money to get back. Bro, get back the best way you can. I told him I'm not giving you no more money. That's what I told him. So he was like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try my best. Cool, do you? So by then, it was a wrap for me, okay? It was a wrap. So to make a long story short, he stayed gone the whole entire day. He got back to that resort at, I can't remember, but I think it was like midnight or something like that. I had an attitude, everything by then, right? So he came in and I didn't have shit to say to him. He came out there and he said, and yeah, I had an attitude, so I didn't say much. So he went and laid down, and then how did we start getting into it? I stayed outside like long time. I just didn't want to be with him. And then I started thinking, kick this motherfucker out. This your shit. Like, you don't have to, you're on vacation. You don't deal with shit you don't want to deal with, okay? So basically I went in and told him, I don't even feel comfortable with you here. I need you to go back home. He got his feelings hurt. Talking about, okay, I'll go home because my home never refuses me. Yeah, I bet it don't. Go home, nigga. Because I'm refusing you. I don't even want you here. Okay? I don't want you here. So the whole time, like the day he was gone, his friend was like talking to me, bringing me food, just being company, I had a great time. And then there was another vlogger that was there. Me and her connected. We had a good time. We chilled out. I just enjoyed my day, okay? So he was trying to find a way because he could not take my rent-a-car, okay? He could not. So you, and I'm not taking you home. No, I'm not. So you find your way home, okay? So he was calling people. He said he had a homeboy that lived there and maybe he can take him. He called him. He couldn't pick him up. He was calling a bunch of people. And he was like, can I just stay until the morning? My friend said he can take me in the morning. But first thing in the morning, he, you know, because he has to go to work, he'll take me. So I was like, okay, cool. You talk about sleeping in the room with your eyes open. Once I kick you out and I don't feel comfortable, so I didn't really get no sleep that night. I just stayed woke the whole night. At some point I was in the bed next to him, but I was just on my phone, just, you know, chilling, thinking, all of that. So that morning, he did get up, get his stuff, and he left. He got his stuff because I wanted to make sure the nigga wasn't trying to steal my shit, you know? So he got his stuff together, and then he left. And he was like, how you gonna get home? I said, I can drive. Because really I had a fear of driving in Jamaica. So I was telling him, like, you can just drive me around. But really it was just a smart tactic, because I was like, in case this nigga don't prove to be what he gonna be, like, I can get around. You feel me? Sis is smart. I'm not gonna ever depend on a man and put all my cards in that. You feel me? Okay, so anyway, he got his stuff, he left, and he ended up leaving his raggedy ass boom box. Raggedy, with tape, everything. So he calls me back and asks me to give it to his friend. So his friend who was trying to, yeah. So his friend was like, I got up, it was time for breakfast, so I got my breakfast and everything and handed it to him, and he was like, where'd he go? I said, I told him to leave. And I told him the story, what happened and everything. He already knew what was popping because they talked to each other. So this dude, his friend, while dude was gone, I was like on my patio and I was peeping him. He was calling girl after girl after girl after girl. One conversation after the other conversation after the other conversation. And that's how they do us American girls. Okay? They have 5, 6, and one of them gonna pan out for them. You feel me? Yeah. You guys, it's so true. They have all their ducks in a row. We are a business transaction to them. Okay? So I stayed at that hotel a couple of days. I wanted to try out a couple in the grill. So I had made reservations for this place, its sister company, and this place and its sister company that time. So yeah, I ended up staying there. Me and him, you know, got close. We was cool. We didn't have nothing. Wasn't none popping. It was just a friendship. I was cussed and disgusted over old boy. I was like, F Jamaican men at that point. I love Jamaican men, I just do. But at that point I was just like, I'm cool. So I moved to the sister hotel, and then his friend was like, have you ate yet? Because his friend was really sweet, but it's gang. His friend was like calling me like, have you ate? You know, are you okay? You know, that kind of thing, just trying to make sure I'm good. He even wanted me to call him when I got to the other hotel and make sure I was good, which was the Skylark, which I love the Skylark. So I got there, told him I made it, and he was like, good. And he was like, can I come by and check on you later? And I was like, no, that's okay. But later on, when he got off work, he called me and he was like, have you ate yet? I was like, not yet. I'm gonna go eat. He was like, I'm gonna bring you food. So I was like, I said, well, you can't stay, but you can bring me food. He was like, okay. So he brought me food. We had a good time. We chatted outside, like sat on the beach and stuff. So he kicked it with me the whole day. He kicked it, and then the next day, I think I stayed at that hotel for 3 days. I enjoyed myself. It was a good time. I love the Skylark. You can get all the excursions and stuff cheap on the beach. They have the boardwalk, all that. It was bomb. I had a great vacation. So yeah, me and him ended up just being friends and stuff, kicking it. he was very concerned with me. He was very manly, like just trying to make sure I'm good, all that. Fed me, all that. So he was cool as far as I was concerned, right? But I was clear that I did not want a relationship like I'm good on Jamaican men. I even told him that I'm good on that, like I'm cool. I think I'm just more compatible with the States. And I mean, the States, nigga, I can smell it coming a mile away when they trying to use you. Now I can smell it a mile away with Jamaican men as well. So you live and you learn, you feel me? That happened with that. So I sent old boy packing, enjoyed my vacation, and then this guy just kept calling me. You know, you're so beautiful, you're so... And he was just like, okay, since we're not gonna, he was like, I'm an honest man, and I just want to go in business with you 50-50, you know? And so I was like, okay, 50-50, and he was talking good. He was just like, we'll get an American account. You can be in charge of the American account, and I'll do the rides, and I'll get somebody to be a driver. We'll get 2 cars. It sounded real good, because at that time I really wanted to try and do investments in Jamaica. I wanted to get a place, so I went to Jamaica there to look for a place so I could have a vacation home in Jamaica and, you know, rent it out, do an Airbnb. That didn't kind of work out. Like, it just didn't work out. So he knew I was looking for that business investment, so he offered this to me, but it was really nice to do. And you'll find that a lot of them offer you this opportunity to be in business over there through them. And they, you know, I found out that I wasn't the only one. Honey, we compared notes on the plane, all that, okay? I wasn't the only one. That it happens a lot, that they proposition you with a business proposition for you to help them, and then it ends up not working out. And it's always $1,000.
He will be like, baby, just lend me some money, make me start a business. May I go set you up good. May I go ensure so you're good. A lot of the time, these men will let you think that both of you are investing in a future together. But what you're really doing, you are funding his lifestyle.
Yeah. So anyway, I told him, okay, well, you know, send me the business. Let me see what we talking about. Girl, I straight out, like, at first it sounded okay, but then it ended up that, yeah, the $1,000. I was like, no way in the world I'm sending no person, no $1,000 in Jamaica. Ain't no way in the world, I don't care. So that didn't end up working out, but I told him, look, I'll be up there, so-and-so. Have all the business stuff ready, have your money ready, let me see it. We can go do a joint account, and if you have your money, I'll come up with my money and we could do a joint account, and we can do that, right? He didn't come up with his money. So you think I did it when I seen him in person? No. I was like, this nigga full of shit. I ain't the one. So anyway, I say all of this to say that I know it sounds good, and I know if you get your groove back, you can feel to be attached, and it's like a vacation love, and it's exciting, and it's all that stuff. Be careful. I do know a few people that met guys over there, and they actually got married, and the man really loves them and things like that, but it's rare. Sis, I talked to so many people that had the same thing happen to them. A different story, but same thing. So I'm not saying all Jamaican men like that, but I'm saying a lot of them are. And when I first started going to Jamaica a long time ago, Jamaica was really poor back then. I could just not even be like trying to talk to a guy. Just when they see you, they take me to America. That's all they was saying. And even then I was just like, what the no, like no. So anyway, be careful, girls, because these guys is all about the shits, okay? And They talk. They have white ones. They have black ones. They have a Rolodex of women that they just call and find out which one is gonna pan out for them.
Jamaican men are known for cheating and having multiple women because they don't want to be looked down upon. They take it as a trophy to have multiple women, and this could even result in multiple baby mamas.
Dude was giving me some game, okay? His friend, yeah, he kind of was. That's how me and him got to like be friends, because he was telling me the real, and I was interested in the real, you know. And so he was doing it to gain my trust, to be like, if I tell you what's going on, you know that, why would I do it if I'm telling you about it? I'm smarter than that, baby. Anyway, so be careful over there, girls. Some of them dudes be looking real good, and that accent just, you feel me? I'm just not going for the okie doke anymore. That's all of the past, okay? Yeah. I still talk to him. He still makes it a point to say hi, how are you? And I even had to tell him, like, he was like, you forgot about me? And he said it, of course, in Jamaican way. Anyway, I was like, what? No. I was just like, you just say the same thing over and over. Like, there's nothing of interest to me. And that's the thing. Peep the conversation. Peep the genuineness. If they just don't really have nothing to say and it's just kind of the same stuff over and over, I love you, you so fine, you so this, you so that, that gets old. Just looking for a man of substance. Okay? All right, guys, I'll check with you later. Y'all, I done changed clothes and everything. I forgot to tell y'all some stuff. Put my little moo-moo on. I'm a moo-moo kind of girl. I want to be loose, okay? I need to be loose and free. I'm a moo-moo girl. Hey, I'm a moo-moo girl. Hey, I'm a moo-moo girl. Anyway, and my ex-husband is still my moo-moo, okay? Just letting you know. Anyway, let me get back to this clown, okay? So, I forgot to tell you how I just busted him out all the way. Because when he was with me, we was in the pool. I'm talking about not Bob, the friend. Who should I almost want to call his real name out. I'll say Taz. How about that? Because that's his nickname. Taz. Okay. Yeah, so Taz, when I was with him and he still was trying to pretend like, you know, he loved me and wanted to marry me. We was in the pool and everything, just the interaction together. And I was just like, I don't feel it. You feel when someone cares for you. You know when somebody is like considering marrying you. Like it's a certain interest, it's a certain whatever. And I was telling him, I said, there's someone else. I said, because I know when a man wants me. I said, I know when a man wants me. And I do. Baby, I can tell. You can't just feed me words. I can feel your real feelings, right? So he was, no, there's not. I was like, no, there is. I was telling him right then and there, this is the first day before he got kicked the F out, okay? It was the first day, because that first day I already was like, no conversation, no chemistry, no, you feel me? And over the phone, he'd be putting it on thick, you feel me? But in person, it wasn't there? Yeah, so anyway, after all that happened, he thought that I was still gonna talk to him. He acted like, well, he like texted me like, okay, are we okay? Like, you know, I still love you. He was saying all of that. After all of that, after I kicked him out and he knew that I knew that there was somebody else, he still wouldn't say nothing. And all I wanted him to do was just tell me the truth. He would not, okay? So I forced the issue. So we stopped talking and stuff like that. I wouldn't take his call. And then one day I said, no, my methods are my methods, but it worked. So anyway, I said, I texted him a message, and the message was like, I accidentally sent it to him. And it was saying, I told you I can't, something like, I told you I can't, I couldn't meet up with you because I was with somebody else. I said, but I'm not with him no more. So, we could probably meet, blah, 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 right? Just bullshit. Just to call his bluff, okay? That's what it was. Because I did everything that I could to call his bluff and make him just come out, and he didn't do it. So I tried this. So I sent him that message and quickly was like, wait, did I say anything? No, he called me back hot as fish grease, going out. You sent me a message accidentally. You sent it to the wrong person. And I was like, yeah, I sent it to the wrong person, my bad. He was hot. He was hot. Let me tell you what he did though. This nigga sent me pictures of his social media, his real social media, cause I was friends with him on the social media, right? But his real social media, okay, with his real information on there, he had pictures with him and a girl kissing, him and the girl on the bed. He's sending me all this stuff. He told me, that's my real girl. Ooh, he was so mad, he just brought it all out. I was like, here we have it. That's what I'm talking about. Show the goods, my nigga. Show the goods. So yeah, he sent me videotapes of them kissing on his bed that I slept in. And I forgot to say this too. The baby slept too. The baby, it was me and her in the room. And girl, I found out he was using my YouTube too. I got there and I was like, how is my YouTube logged in here? So watch that too. Don't give him your information. I don't know how he got it, but my YouTube, he was using my YouTube there. Before I left that house, I made sure it was logged out and I changed the password. Yes, I did. So I don't know. Be careful too. Ain't no telling what else they in, you know, using of yours. So be careful. But anyway, yeah, I logged out. Nick was using my account. I was like, excuse me? Yeah. Anyway, so the baby slipped, and she was like, I don't know, grade school age. She told me, mommy said she don't want to share. I was like, what? I said, yeah, I don't want to share either. I said, I don't blame her. I don't want to share either. And she looked puzzled like, and she told me something else too about her mother. So anyway, yeah. So I told, when we was, oh man, my story just getting short. I told him about what the baby said too. And he played it off. But anyway, yeah, so boy sent me pictures, everything, okay? And then he tried to go back and delete them. I had already kept a copy of it. So yeah, he exposed himself. He had another social media. It was his baby mother, come to find out. They don't mind lending their men out to these American women to take their money. They don't mind. They like, take the money, okay? So be careful. My storage is about to be out, but yeah, at least I got the story out. Okay, guys, bye. I had to do it. Here's the receipt, y'all. You can see it all. So I've made it. I'm here in Jamaica. The truth, and nothing but the truth. See you next time.